reasons that escape me, we went on a trip to Norfolk, and it's known for its prawns and seals and something or other. Oh, I know. My sister artifacted the place, and there's a special hotel, we were told. So we were going to go to a special hotel. Oh, and there's beach huts and stuff. In short, I know nothing, and I thought it worth telling you that nothing is what I know. Perhaps this is all too existential for the TikTok generation, but for the oldies, a mere mention of some obscure connection with George Orwell should have you salivating for more information. So, let's see how it goes. After a cup of hot tea to wait out a bit of the English weather, we headed to see windmills. They are famous in these here parts, and they spin and pump water about, though they seem to be pumping more water than necessary, and they're not even spinning. Here at Horsey Gap, they have seals. It really should be called CC Gap. But no, it's Horsey Gap, and judging by their colour, I'd say they were grey seals. Though I must admit I haven't seen any red seals or yellow seals or any other colour of seals. They're all grey to me, but this lot are called grey seals. And they're beached here until their winter fur is blown away when they head out to sea again, where, well, if I was a seal, I'd swim as fast as possible to the West Indies. But apparently they're not so inclined to do so. So here we are in Cromer now, where surfing meets the North Sea. And, the surfing scene in Norfolk, particularly in Cromer, might not conjure up visions of golden Californian beaches or Hawaiian waves, but what it lacks in tropical allure, it makes up for in sheer damp determination. So, while Norfolk might not rival Bondi or Malibu, the surfers of Cromer have one thing those places don't: the unwavering ability to laugh in the face of frostbite and make the North Sea their playground. Yeah.
Looks hard enough when you're out in glorious sunshine, but in this weather you think,
They've got to have thick rubber suits on here.
I bet. Right, let's go in search of a crab sandwich.
After a suitably large dose of crab sandwich, we went off exploring and came across this big barn. Now, this is the land of the Paston family. They were one of those gentry type people that came up during the Reformation period in the 15th century, and they were rivals to the Mullen family, who had Gresham Castle, and of course the Pastons wanted it, and they fought them with lawyers rather than knights and so on, and they built big barns just to prove how important they were. So this is more like a Game of Thrones with fewer dragons and more burnt barns. Well, it's a big bugger of a barn, and big and barnish is what it looks like. What would they put in here? Animals, I guess. Keep them from the wind.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, you sort of think of wheat, things like that.
Yeah,
What this area
grain.
was wool, wasn't it?
Oh, right.
So whether they stored wool in here.
Vast quantities of it.
Well, this, no, you have one big one, and then you have a short.
Oh, right, right.
Quite interesting. In Bart's Hospital, right?
Yeah.
These massive beams went around like that, the big square things, huge wooden beams.
Yeah.
And they weren't quite long enough when they built it. And they did like a scarf joint about this position here, where they
right.
banged wedges in. And when I was a very young engineer, the floor was sagging a lot because they were getting a bit old. Because they were put in, it was built for the Crimean War, wasn't it, Bart?
Oh, right.
So I had to go in, and we had some carpenters and lifted it all up, and then we had to reinforce them, put some sort of steels in.
Yeah.
It was quite fun.
we're now in the historical village of North Walsham, and it's got lots of connections with Saxons and such people as that. And this church is, I think it's a St Mary's. Anyway, that's also got Saxon connections, and the Paston family, if you recall from the Big Barn business, they set up a school here in 1606. It was set up by William Paston, and in the, when was it, 1760s, 1768 to 1771. Lord Nelson went to school here, and in fact he had to walk miles and miles and miles in the freezing cold just to get to school, and he was asked why he bothered, because quite frankly he wasn't very good at school. He actually was good at his sums, but they had to send him off to sea to really do anything. But he said, I thought I was destined for something great. So that's why he persevered and got himself, well, some sort of education. And that's about all I can tell you about the place. We're at Oxborough Hall. And no, I've never heard of it, but it's in Norfolk. And it's a large family estate dating back to the medieval period, 15th century, I do believe. It's a moated Tudor mansion, as you can see, and it's the kind of place that screams I have a moat, so don't mess with me. It's built in the 15th century by Sir Edmund Bedingfeld, 15th century, 1482, why not? The hall was designed not just to show off wealth, but to ensure nosy neighbours couldn't pop over uninvited. Moats, well, they're the do not disturb sign of the Tudor world. And Bedingfields, well, they were devout Catholics like a lot of these guys, and spent centuries juggling loyalty to the monarchy, which, well, like to execute such people. And the hall became a haven for recusants, that's basically Catholics and such like, complete with secret priest holes for hiding the clergy when angry Protestants came knocking. Think of it as a Tudor Airbnb for priests minus the reviews. Despite that, despite their talent for dodging persecution, the Bedingfields struggled financially, and by the Victorian era the place was falling apart. Enter one starstruck cousin, Augusta, who sold all her jewellery to save the hall, and she was, say, the medieval equivalent of launching a GoFundMe. And today, Oxborough Hall is managed by the National Trust, ensuring the moat remains free of shopping carts and rogue swans. And visitors can marvel at the tapestries, priest holes and family history. That's basically a Tudor soap opera. Just don't expect to cross the drawbridge without buying a scone in the cafe first. They also do chai latte. I highly recommend it. Oh, right.
That's done right.
Goodness me.
Yes, originally you could actually go down there.
Yes.
But the outside was wearing a little, so I considered it unsafe.
Could be a fat priest, could you?
So you got that?
Yeah.
I keep thinking I've been here before, or I'd seen this place before, so I'm trying to think, is it because we went to somewhere that was like this, or I saw it on the Antiques Roadshow or something like that? They're hosting a place. Oh, Roxburgh Fair, where walls did crumble, now stands a chapel, humble yet rumble. 6 centuries passed of Anglican sway, till Catholics return to have their say. Yet whether thou seeketh the past or Rome, subscribe to my channel and find thy home. with videos galore of places I've seen. A journey awaits thee. Click and be seen. There you go. Well, it had to rhyme somehow. I don't know. Rumble, humble. It sort of rhymed. And well, there you are. As it says, click and I'll be seen.